What's up, chat? Chadroni is here. I'm here to talk to you guys about Warhammer 40K Darktide. I'm going to give you all my opinions about this. I just finished playing this game, so my opinions are hot off the presses. So let's get right into it. Before we get into it, this is not a beta. This is early access. You have almost full access to the game. It has about 11 days to release from my time of recording. Currently, it is November 19th, and the game releases on the 30th of November. You're not going to be able to fix any major glaring issues that this game currently has in 10 days. So this is pretty much what you're going to get. And they're just going to have a few minor tweaks around the edges. But that's pretty much it. So don't get your hopes up, and don't tell me that this game is a beta. I know it's not a beta. It's early access. So we're gonna get right into it. Like I said, some classes feel better than others. Currently, like I was talking about, the Psyker has been nerfed pretty fucking hard. And a lot of people are complaining about it, saying that the Psyker feels weak compared to the Zealot or the Veteran, as you're supposed to be a magician and you have your ranged weapon, your ranged abilities, which are like your magic casting abilities. You're just like super glass cannony, and well, not even the cannon. You're just glass, and your job was supposed to be to like pick out high priority targets and kill them instantly, or kill them pretty quickly. And now you can barely even do that. And then there's another class that takes over, which is called the Veteran. And the Veteran is a sharpshooter of the group who can actually who does ranged weapon attacks instead of magic, and they outperform the Psyker currently, and they have no limitations against their class. Just to get into it a little bit deeper, Psyker has a like resource management bar where you can cast something and then it increases like your peril meter, which is like just your resource bar. If it reaches 100, you have a few seconds left to release, like to get rid of that peril with your ultimate, or you die. And that's like one of the only classes that has that, and they don't feel like they're powerful enough to warrant having that instant death meter. It's just not good compared to other classes where you can instantly kill people and then not have to worry about instantly dying, or not having to worry about getting broken out of your animations by just a random hit from the side. So Ogren's really tanky. He feels all right to play. The Veteran is, in my opinion, one of the most powerful classes currently in this iteration of the game, and we'll see if they change that in the future, but I don't know. And then the Zealot in this game is kind of good, but they have like half of their perks don't even work, and that's just, I don't know how that happened. I don't know how you can release a game in early access so people can test it and have half the things broken or missing, and it's only in 10 days. 10 days is not a lot, so we're gonna see how they do that. So I'm gonna talk about the classes that I've mostly been playing, which is just Ogren. So in the game, the Ogren is supposed to be the tanky class, and he has close range weaponry, and he has a big old knife or a shield. In this game, it feels like that this game currently guides you to a certain build if you want to succeed in the higher levels of the game. Currently, as my Ogren, you get like a club, you get a knife, or you get two knives, you get a shovel, and then you get a shield, and you get a club as well. And currently, I feel like that if you do not rock the shield, you're not throwing, but you're not really helping out your team as much as you could, because in this game they have gunfire, and you get gunfire from all around, and gunfire also stuns you. It feels like you need certain builds in this game to actually complete any of the higher difficulties in this game. The meta, we're going to be talking about the meta of the game too. So the thing is, currently the meta of this game is, for Ogren, you have to have a shield if you want to go into a higher level mission and actually do anything, because in the higher level missions, they toss so many special enemies at you. They toss so many monstrosities, which are like the actual bosses, and they toss so many ranged enemies at you. And when you get shot at, you have a certain meter called your toughness meter, and once that gets broken, you get stunned. And ranged weapons can stun the shit out of you, and you can do nothing about it. So if you get caught out in the open and there's just a bunch of enemies that the AI director decided to spawn, like they decided to spawn like a few snipers on there, or just have a bunch of ranged weapons, ranged weapon enemies, you're just not gonna have a good time unless you have the shield. If you don't have the shield, you're just fucked. You're fucked. The Ogryn is supposed to walk up through enemy fire and get into the enemy's range to actually start dealing some damage. But most of the enemies just knock you back, and when you try and rush in there, you can't do anything about it unless you have the shield. I feel like build variety in this game is going to be really low unless you're a different class like the Veteran or the Zealot. But as an Ogryn, you're going to need the shield if you really want to do anything. And we're going to be talking about the enemy spawns. The enemy spawns are fucking atrocious. I'm not gonna lie about that. Like, I've had games where I walk in, like 20 seconds into the game, 30 seconds into the game, we have a whole horde of enemies come in, special enemies. So you got big guys that are armored up to the gills, you got shield guys, then you got ranged guys, and they have snipers in the back. And literally 30 seconds into the game, I get wiped. And it's no fault of my teammates either when I play with them. I just feel like some of the enemies in this game are extremely unbalanced, and I'm looking at the sniper more than anything. The sniper spawns in the back lines where you can barely see them, and they can deal half your health in one shot through your armor, and they push you back, and they can fire constantly. So when they spawn one or two enemy snipers, you're gonna have a really bad time. And then also sometimes, I'm not gonna forget about the worst part about this. They can spawn enemy snipers out of your line of sight, and the snipers can still shoot at you and deal a shit ton of damage. That's something that should have been looked at in the closed beta. People were complaining about, I've seen things about like this before. People were talking about that in the closed beta, and there's still issues in the early access. So other than that, everything else feels kind of fine. Like, there's a few other enemies that get on my nerves, like the Trapper and stuff like that, but that stuff's easily dodgeable. And then you have the heavily armored, like Enforcers. They're, like, extremely tanky, and they come up to actually just bother you while you get swarmed with other enemies. Those guys are fine. They require teamwork to beat. They also have the Hounds in the game, and the Chargers. Those guys right here, like the guys that actually run fast and charge at you, the enemies can turn instantly on a dime while running full speed at you. And then the dogs quite literally just run around all over the place, where they actually bug out, like their actual model bugs out, and I've seen them go up 20 feet in the air and then latch onto somebody. Oh yeah, no, I want to talk to you guys about connectivity. Of course, this is a stress test, early access type stuff. They're trying to see how many people, how their servers handle the influx of new players coming in. They're not doing a good job. The connectivity in this game is really awful. Like, I have decent internet. I have 400 megabits download speed, and I have a 100 megabit upload speed. And in this game, I constantly have extremely high ping, like about 200 ping in the game. And when I'm getting into a fight, or when I'm playing the actual game, you can feel the lag in your movements. So when you take if you tap the D button and you're trying to move right a little bit, your character will move right and then they'll rubber band back to the spot where they were at before. Or when you shoot your gun, the bullet will quite literally go back into your gun, and you'll have to shoot again in order to do that. Or if you block, your character blocks and unblocks, and you have to do it again. It's like you have to put in the inputs multiple times for them to actually work. And I feel like that's also something that could have just been fixed in the closed beta, but they chose not to. So the shop in this game is also random. So previously in the Vermintide or Vermintide 2, you got a loot chest. So when you get the loot chest, you can unlock something and you get a weapon for whatever character you have. And then when you go back to the shop, it's random. So every 15 minutes, it gives you a random selection of items that you can go purchase. Compared to the previous game where you unlock it through random chance either way, but you could break down weapons and you can craft them. In this game, you currently cannot craft any weapons, and if you get a curio, so just like a little trinket, those curios are not cross-class. Unlike compared to Vermintide 2, where weapons and curios or trinkets, they were cross-class, and you could boost up your lower level character and make the leveling process a little bit easier. But in this game, they want you to grind it. So at least that's how it feels. Like, you can't switch characters instantly. You have to make a new character. You have to go to the shop and wait for whatever item you want to pop up, which also just may not pop up. People have been looking for items that they wanted, and they've just never been able to, they've just never been in the shop. People were complaining about the characters being extremely ugly. I personally have no problem with that. Like, I really like the ugly looking characters, honestly. If you know me, any character that I play as, if I can make create a character, they're gonna be ugly. They're gonna be so deformed. That's just something that I like to do. I like to make my characters ugly as sin. So when the game gets going though, like on the good part, when the game gets going, it's so good to actually play. So I think the current difficulty level to play at is difficulty level 3, since difficulty level 4 and 5 feel extremely unbalanced due to the actual nature of them just upping the damage and upping the health of the enemy, and then also upping the spawns of the enemies. Instead of changing any tactics or anything like that, they just do the lazy thing and just like send more enemies at you. And difficulty 3 is a good place to play. And when you're playing when you're playing in difficulty 3 and you get swarmed and you actually you actually start working with your team, it feels amazing. like I said, I play the Ogryn. I like getting in there, being the tank. I like being swarmed with enemies and then just them coming at me and me defending my team. I'm like the biggest guy there. I'm towering over my teammates. I'm towering over the enemies, and I'm literally just duking it out. I'm just throwing fucking meat hooks left and right. And then when you see another big boy come out, I like it's almost like a kaiju battle where you go up there and it's like just two large lads going up there just fucking duking it out, just slamming each other with the meat hooks, just fucking boom, boom, boom. And then you got your boys right there just on the back, just coming around, storming them, helping you out. That type of stuff, that gameplay loop feels amazing. I'm not gonna lie about that. But it's marred by all the other negative issues, like I stated. I don't know, guys. I don't know. This is something that I would cautiously suggest to you guys if you like this type of game. Like, I'll be having a more in-depth conversation with you guys when this game actually releases on November the 30th. But so far, like, that's just my opinions about it. There's obviously a few things that I left when I'm talking about this. So if there's anything else that I did leave in here, just make sure to leave that comment down in the comment section below, and I'll make sure I rectify that one on the next video that I make about this game. So that's pretty much it, guys. I hope y'all have a wonderful night or a wonderful day, and I'll be seeing y'all later. Peace.